What is up, guys? EJ here, aka Puckbon 007, and welcome to the Movie Reviewers 100, this great collaboration channel on YouTube that I am proud to be a part of. So this week is a really good week. It's Morgan Freeman week. Morgan Freeman, one of the best actors of his generation, one of my favorite actors. I've always been a big fan of his. The epitome of gravitas and dignity in every role he's in. Even is good in comedic performances as well. Has a sort of interesting sense of humor, I think. Just a really good guy, and one guy I always look forward to whatever movie he's going to be in. I always look forward to watching that movie. So yesterday, Alan did, of course, the granddaddy of them all, in my opinion, and that's the Shawshank Redemption, which Morgan Freeman is just awesome in. One of my all-time favorite films, my number 3 favorite film. In fact, I absolutely adore Shawshank. I've seen it so many times. It's a special film in my opinion, and I just love that movie. So the film I chose, another film he made in the 90s, and that's Kiss the Girls from 1997. Now, Kiss the Girls was was directed by Gary Fleeter. Prior to this, he made a film called Things to Do in Denver When You're Dead. I don't think I ever saw it. It's got a great title, obviously, and it's a sort of crime thriller. It's got an interesting cast, a really good cast, but I don't think I ever saw it. After Kiss the Girls, he went on to direct Don't Say a Word from 2001 with Michael Douglas and Brittany Murphy and Sean Bean, another sort of mystery thriller. He also directed Runaway Jury, a film I really like from 2003 about a trial about gun control, which is very relevant today of all days, and especially this week. I mean, with the stuff that's happened in Ethiopia today and what happened in DC earlier this week and all this past year, that film is definitely essential viewing these days. Really good movie with John Cusack and Rachel Weisz, Dustin Hoffman, Gene Hackman. Really enjoyed that movie. He's done a lot of TV work as well, Gary Fleeter. Directed a lot of episodes of a lot of shows I don't really recognize. Nothing too spectacular, but some interesting films he's done. So yeah, Kiss the Girls, of course, stars Morgan Freeman in the lead role as Dr. Alex Cross, a psychologist who works for the Washington Police Department. One day he finds out that his niece has gone missing in Raleigh, Durham, I believe it's South Carolina, one of the Carolinas. So he goes down to Carolina to hook up with the local police department to find out what's going on, and he's finding out that all these very pretty, talented young women have been abducted by this serial killer who calls himself Casanova. He basically collects all these women with special talents, and he doesn't really kill them when they piss him off, basically, and make a mistake. He takes them out into the woods, ties them up to a tree, and leaves them there to rot. So he's basically a serial killer with a twisted sense of reality and what he wants from these women and so on. So yeah, he's basically Alex Cross is basically there to help out the local PD with their search for this guy. Meanwhile, the film also stars Ashley Judd, who plays a doctor, a surgeon of some kind, resident surgeon at the local hospital. And one night she is abducted from her house by this psychopath, Casanova, and she's taken to his lair, this underground cavern of like prison cells out in the woods. But she manages to escape. She's a tough chick, a strong girl, takes kickboxing classes, and one night she manages to escape. She gets away. She's picked up by the local PD, and she and Morgan Freeman team up the rest of the film to figure out where these women are being held, and to capture this killer. Um, yeah, it's not a great film, I'd say, but it's a solid sort of crime thriller. Not on the level of The Silence of the Lambs, obviously, but in that same kind of category. Those type of movies. Ashley Judd appeared in a lot of type of films like this during this time. Movies like Double Jeopardy and the one where she drinks a lot in San Francisco. I forgot what it's called. I just laugh at how much she drank during that movie. Um, yeah, films like Murder by Numbers and all that kind of stuff. Kiss the Girls is sort of in that same vein. Um, and since this is obviously a film from the mid to late 90s, it was a movie where I'd say, hey, I recognize that guy. Yeah, Brian Cox is in this film. He plays the police chief. It's not really a mystery, but Cary Elwes of Robin Hood Men in Tights fame is in this movie as a local detective down in Mali. And Jeremy Piven is even in this movie. At one point, Cross and Ashley Judd's character team up and they go over to Los Angeles because they think they've tracked this killer over there, because the same kind of thing is happening on the West Coast as well as the East Coast, but it actually turns out to be two different people, but they're sort of in cahoots. Yes, I just used the word cahoots in this review. But anyway, Jeremy Piven has the best line in this movie. At one point, they're tracking this guy, and they're driving up the coast, and the guy driving along with Jeremy Piven asks him, "Where's this road going?" And Jeremy Piven just deadpan says, "Vancouver." That was like the one moment that really made me laugh last night when I rewatched it. I totally forgot Jeremy Piven was even in this movie. Tony Goldwyn is also in this movie. Most of you probably know Tony Goldwyn's face. He's the bad guy in Ghost, basically. That's all I'll say about Tony Goldwyn. So yeah, it's a decent film, but it's also not the only film to star Morgan Freeman as Dr. Alex Cross. He also went on to reprise the role in the 2000 release Along Came a Spider with Monica Potter, basically a Julia Roberts clone with blonde hair, with about 1/8 the talent. And considering how much I dislike Julia Roberts, that's not saying much. Along Came a Spider is not as good as Kiss the Girls, in my opinion. It's a lot more flashy than Kiss the Girls. It does have the awesome Michael Wincott in it, which I enjoy. But yeah, Kiss the Girls is a better movie. And sadly, last year, this great franchise, the Alex Cross franchise, was sullied by the release. The very original title, of course, Alex Cross, starring the completely terrible and horrendous producer, director, actor. I fucking can't even say his name. Tyler Perry. Yeah, Tyler Perry and Alex Cross was just terrible. If you like that movie, I'm sorry, but I can't stand Tyler Perry in every shape or form that there is, and there's many, and very often, which is really, really upsetting, to be honest. But yeah, so it's basically a trilogy. Alex Cross playing this detective, psychologist, policeman role, but Morgan Freeman, of course, made it his and his own first time around with Kiss the Girls and Along Came a Spider. So that is my review for this week. Make sure you check out all the guys' reviews for Morgan Freeman week. It's gonna be a good week. A great actor and just a great personality and celebrity. Always been a huge fan. So thank you for watching as always, and until next time, I'll see ya.
Bond. James Bond.